Hi beauties, it's Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper, and today we are going to be playing with the pigment sprinkles. I've got the gorgeous grape, and that's how I decided my color palette today. I'm going to be stamping with my friend Mimi. She's been out here for the week. You guys may have seen some of her videos that I told you about, but we are playing. She's going home in 2 hours. But we had a good time.
Yeah, we did.
We did. So we wanted to do a little bit more stamping. She really wanted to play with these. So I'm going to do this video. She's also going to do the exact same things that I'm using, but a different video. So you'll want to check hers out. But what are we playing with? Let me show you. We're going to be playing with the pigment sprinkles, of course. The Royal Peacock. And then we're having the same exact color palette. So I've got Whisper White Thick, cut right in half, scored in half again to make this at 5.5 by 4.25. I've got a piece of Gorgeous Grape, and I have taken 1/4 inch off of there. So we've got 5.25 by 4. And then another piece is where I'll be stamping, and we've got this one is at 3 3/4 by 5, and that'll all fit in there rather nicely. She's got the exact same pieces, and so check out what I do, and then go to her channel and see what she does. If you want to order anything that I'm using today, feel free, go to beautyandthestamper.com. Oh, move that out of the way. beautyandthestamper.com, or you can go straight to my site, which is jeanpiersanti.stampitup.net, and that'll take you to my Stamp It Up online store. Make sure you use this host code CE2G2NCX. Alright, hopefully you're subscribed. If not, click that subscribe button. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, and then let's go ahead and get started. Once you've done all your stuff, then I'll start. Okay, go ahead. Okay. That should give them enough time to do that. They're subscribed. Make sure you click that bell too. So I'm going to put everything aside, and what we're going to do is a resist technique. So first things first, I want to take my pretty peacock. This is actually Royal Peacock, but this beautiful peacock there, and we are going to stamp that. And again, this should give a nice resist. This is the first time I'm trying it, but we'll see what happens. Since we are embossing, I'm going to take my embossing buddy, and we're just going to put this right on the cardstock. That's because we're going to be using some embossing to resist that color. And I'm going to be using, brand new to me, is the Shimmer White. So hopefully this comes out rather nicely. We'll see. But it's very pretty. It's got white and some shimmery sparkles in there. So we'll open that up and get that ready. And now we're going to take our Versamark. This is what we'll be using for our ink when you're using an embossing powder. So I'm just going to take my refill, and all you want to do is take your refill and squirt it on there and move it around. You could use your bone folder and really work it in there, but we want that to be nice and wet. So just keep going over it and get that all nice and good. Now, let's go ahead and stamp our image. The thing about Versamark is it stays wet long. So that way you could really get that embossing powder on there. So I'm just pushing this up and down all along here. And you can't see it. But we are going to cover it because it is sticky and we don't want anything to stick to it. But we're going to take this guy and line it up and stick it right down on there. Excuse me. fighting some horrible allergies. All right, so once we've got that, you can barely see. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You can barely see it in the light, but we will bring it forward here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take that shimmer and just put it right on there. And again, this is the first time I'm using it, so, oh, so pretty. Can you see that now?
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty.
It is pretty. So for me, once I use this, I just stick it in there and leave it in there. I'll put a spoon in later so that I could just take it out and use it that way. And now, I don't think, can you see it? You can barely see it. But we are going to go ahead and heat this up. Now you could use a clear, would work, and that would have the white in the background. You could also use a white if you'd like. And we're just going to melt that heat, the embossing, the heat embossing powder. And as it melts, you'll see that shimmery really start to come out. And this is a white on white, so you're not going to be able to see it as well, although it is beautiful in person. It would make a lovely background for a card. But I think where it's really going to shine is when it pops out. So you can do two different ways. At this point, if you wanted to do a resist, I think it's all done. Yep, we're all good. Then you would just take, let's say, some ink on one of these and swish the ink around, and it's not going to go in these spots that have the embossing powder. But we're going to try, now this is a try, this is something I'm trying, new to me, see if it works. We're going to try the sprinkles. So let me go ahead. I'm going to get out this nice little piece of Stampin' Up! Paper here. And we're going to add some sprinkles. You just pop this lid open. You don't need a lot. And you just, a little bit goes a long way. And you kind of just put it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker. And you can mix colors if you'd like. So I'm doing the Gorgeous Grape here. But if you wanted to, you could also put some other colors as well. So, but I'm just going to stick with the Gorgeous Grape. We'll see what happens. And now I'm just going to take a spritzer with water. And I'm going to spritz this little guy up really good. And you'll see that grape really start to come out.
Oh.
And you'll see where that peacock comes really out there. And if you wanted to put some more sprinkles, you could do that as well. You don't have to just do it beforehand. So as I put it on again, if I want more here, you'll see that you can just keep going. And it really brings out that peacock. The darker it is, that white is showing through. And then I'm just going to clean it up now. And you could just let it dry that way and have that real dark pigment on there if you wanted to. I'm just going to pick some of it up with a baby wipe. Just to dry it up a little bit. And none of that is sticking.
On the peacock part.
Right. So pretty. It is a messy, so it's a messy one. But this is very wet now. So what you could do is take that heat tool again and dry it up. Or you could let it dry naturally, however you'd like. But since I want to show this to you, we're going to dry it up with the heat tool. Look at that. So it dries rather quickly. So pretty if you could see that shimmer in there. Alright, so we've got that fairly dry. There's still a little bit of wet right here where I really saturated it. But let's go ahead and put everything together. I'm going to wait for just one moment while I stamp this last piece. And I'm going to take this one here that says, "You are incredible." I have an extra piece of the Whisper White, and I have an extra piece of the Gorgeous Grape. So I'm just going to monochromatically use these colors.
That was a good catch.
So we're going to go right on here. And you could do this with any of your Stampin' Right markers if you didn't have the ink color, or if you want all the ink colors but don't have the full funds to buy every pad right now. You can buy the entire set of markers. And so we're just going to put this right on here. There we go. And then I'm going to take just some paper snips here. And we'll just cut right up the middle. Give ourselves a nice flag. Same thing here. Give ourselves a flag. And now we can put it all together and this card's going to be ready to go. So we take our sheet, we're going to fold it right in half, get out our bone folder and burnish that down. And then I'm going to take my Tombow glue, because it works really good on the cardstock. Cardstock to cardstock, this stuff works great. And when you're trying to line things up, this gives you a little bit of time to move it around. So I'm going to line this guy up. I want it to be right there. And so if it's not perfect, then you can move it around. Now you've got your nice base. We've got this guy here. It's going to give us another lovely little base there. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. And I'm going to go right on the dry parts, which the outside is quite, oh, that's what happens. I was just going to say the outside is dry, but not right there. So only get your dry parts there. You know, it wouldn't be my channel if I didn't have these kind of issues, so we're good. And then I'm going to take some Tombow glue and just put it around here very lightly, because you don't want that to show through. So I don't use this on like the DSP because it will show through.
Right.
Woo! I'm going to end up throwing this guy away anyways, so. All right, now let's get this guy on here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
That is really, really pretty.
Okay. Move this out of the way. I'm going to put this guy down. Right on top of this one. Just like that. And then I'll put both of these down. Right here. And then my final thing that I want to do is put some of these beautiful little gems here. Why? Because I haven't used my Take My Pick tool yet. That's why. So I'm going to twist that to get some of that putty out. And then we're going to put down right here. And a small one right there. And then I'm going to take a few of these green ones because we've got some green coming out here. And I'm actually going to put it, well, I don't know. You know what? I think I looked at that and I think I'm actually good. Because we've got that sparkle there, I think I'm good with the way it came out. Okay, so there we go. That is my final card. I hope you like it. If you want to see Mimi's card using the sprinkles in the same color paper, are you going to be using the same peacock, or are you using something
I'll be using the
different?
same peacock, but I'll be using 3 colors versus 1.
Ah, okay. So there we go. That is the resist technique with the pigment sprinkles. I hope you like it. Please give me a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you are from Mimi's channel visiting mine. Do the same to hers, and I'll put the link down below. Let me know what you think of this card in the comments as well. All right, beauties, I will talk to you later. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.